Welcome back to Homestand Studios, NFL version. I'm with Justin Pooney and Jelani Goodridge.
Yes.
Welcome. So we're going to be talking about Kyler Murray. Is he out for the season? He had a torn ACL injury, and unfortunately, we don't know about what's going to go on in the future. Guys, what do you think?
It's going to be tough for Kyler, no? Like, I think, it was a play he made so routinely. His feet
running out
of the pocket, scrambling, and his knee just kind of gave out. And you saw it on his face, just the instant.
The crowd was quiet immediately.
The whole mood changed, right? As for the Arizona Cardinals, right, he's not only out for the rest of this year, he's probably going to be out for most of all of them. I would just not even let him play next year, right? And I don't know what the Arizona Cardinals do. Like, what do you do? Like, what happens with DeAndre Hopkins? What happens with Kliff Kingsbury? What happens with Steve Keim, right? This organization has so many questions going on with it that is it time you just tear it down and try to rebuild again around Kyler?
The answer is yes.
I think so too. I think you just fire, the GM coach.
They give them extensions.
They have 5 years still left in their deal,
2027,
which is wild. But I think the Arizona Cardinals need to just take the rest of this year and all of next year, reset, have Kyler come back fully healthy, and try to get some draft picks and replenish the system.
I'm just not a believer in the Cardinals, right? And I feel bad for Kyler Murray.
Of course.
Right? I think it's been a tough year, after that playoff game. And then
But he still came out on top because he got the money, though.
Yeah, that contract situation. It was a bit foolish, the social media and all that back and forth.
Yeah.
Then this season has not been good. But yeah, I'm glad he got his money. But yeah, the Cardinals, I was never a believer. People had them in the playoffs, going back-to-back playoffs. I never saw it. I just think the culture there, it's really messed up. I don't know what it is. To me, I find that Steve Keim is overrated.
Yeah. Sure.
This is a guy, yes, you drafted, Tyrann Mathieu and, Christian Kirk and Humphreys and all these guys.
They're all gone now.
That's cool. That's nice.
They're all gone now.
But his decision-making, roster construction hasn't been that great.
No.
Yes, he fleeced the Houston Texans, but that's more on the Texans for giving up Hopkins. I don't consider him a great GM. No. I think he was riding the coattails of Bruce Arians when they got, really nice in the mid-2010s with Carson Palmer in them. Yeah. I think that, and with this Kingsbury thing, it hasn't worked.
No.
Right? It has not worked at all. You're talking about Kliff Kingsbury. Can I go off on him real quick? Kliff Kingsbury, to me, is a fraud. Okay? That is what we call #FraudWatch. He was not meant to be the guy in Arizona.
No.
Can I give you what he did in the Big 12? 19-35 in the Big 12.
Yeah,
he did not win 7 or more games with Patrick Mahomes. They would lose games 55-50 every week.
With an amazing game with Oklahoma, right?
Yes, with Baker Mayfield on the other side. This guy's 35-40.
He's a losing head coach
in college. And you give him the head coaching job before even the OC job. I never saw it, Justin. I never saw it, Sarah. So for me, I think his voice in the locker room is gone. They don't play for him anymore.
You can see it with Kyler. Kyler doesn't respect him. They
don't respect him. And when you're looking at it, the other alarming thing about the Cardinals, they can't even win at home. 1-11 in the last 12. Disgusting. They don't like playing in State Farm Stadium.
They don't have a home field crowd though. It's the crowd. Like
they look some of the Red Sea rules up, but I don't see it with the Cardinals. They're just not a good team. Simply not a good team. So Keim with the giving money to J.J. Watt, who's old and beat up now. You're talking about bringing Malcolm Butler for no reason. The Cardinals, to me, are in a very tough spot. Very tough spot.
The Cardinals are always I'd say just honestly, might even trade DeAndre Hopkins too.
The reset is needed.
Right? Like, by the time, again, I would just wipe the slate clean. You have the quarterback, build everything around.
I also think Kyler's regressed a bit, though. I think this season he's not looked good. And I get it, Hopkins is not there. Without Hopkins,
he's also battled a whole bunch of injuries this year, too.
But
the hamstring and now the knee, right?
And now I wonder, do the Cardinals think, man, like, was it rightful, like, for us to pay him? Like, was it justified, I should say, for us to pay him?
Let me ask you this, though. Would you rather have paid him? At least now you know, because an ACL, you can come back from an ACL, right?
You've seen it.
Would you rather have this guy, okay, at least we have our franchise quarterback, rather than wishful thinking that we might hit one in the draft, right? At least
no. You'd rather have your guy.
Yeah,
You'd rather have your guy. Kyler, he's a good player, right? So I'll give him that. But yeah, I think that this year it's just been a bad year.
Yeah.
Like in general, Arizona, I don't know what it is. I look at Kime, I look at Kingsbury. Those two guys need to go. They need to go.
So speaking of injuries, we've got Lamar Jackson, who's also injured his knee against the Broncos, but he's not fully ruled out. Do you guys think that he should be ruled out for the rest of the season, just based on
what happened with Kyler? I think so.
I'm not.
I know he's not gonna do it. I know Lamar Jackson is a baller and he's gonna want to play and he's a winner and a true team guy like that.
Yeah.
But if I'm Lamar Jackson and I saw what just happened to Kyler Murray and I haven't got paid yet, I'm not stepping on the field.
I'm not stepping foot in the facility in Baltimore.
I'm gonna go fly back to Florida.
Not before I get a deal.
Chill in Florida and wait for the offer to come in, because you thought that was bad. If the Baltimore Ravens lose Lamar Jackson,
they're done.
The Baltimore Ravens for the last 22 years have been upstanding organization, consistently a playoff team, one of the best run franchises, not just in the NFL, in pro sports. If they lose Lamar Jackson,
they're done.
It's done.
They're done.
It's done.
So they want to give him franchise tag. We know that. And Lamar does not want to play under attack.
Nobody wants to play tag.
But because of the leverage, it's very likely that I think we're probably going to see a tag.
I think so too.
You know, for back-to-back years, we've seen it with
it
Kirk,
might be
it might be
a Dak situation. Yeah.
I think Lamar deserves his money for the unanimous MVP that we saw, for the multiple times they've been in the playoffs with him, for the numbers that he puts up, and just how important he is to this roster. Like we just said, without him, they are a completely different team.
Again,
in my opinion,
the Ravens, they won against Pittsburgh and stuff like that, and Tyler Huntley came in well against the Broncos, right? Like that's kind of, I think.
But when you're matched up with a contender,
when they go to the playoffs, so even if they have home field advantage against a Cincy, a Miami, even New England,
a
Tennessee, right?
Plays them tough.
They're not going to win without Lamar Jackson. That's the reason they're going to reach the Super Bowl eventually with him, because they need Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, so I think that we'll see how it goes. Probably let's see if he gets a deal. I hope so, but I think this injury to Kyler Murray definitely changes things, right? Because he plays a similar style as a mobile quarterback. The thing is with Lamar, he actually gets, like, he's more prone to getting hurt actually when he's in the pocket, which is, it's a different type of deal.
It's kind of weird. But...
yeah, it is weird. But like, if you're talking about a guy like Josh Allen, he's prone to injury if he's running all over the place. But I think this is a situation where the Ravens have to really sit down and think about this. Like you cannot let this guy go. In my estimation,
I see and Lamar, again, he wants that fully guaranteed deal.
Like because Deshaun Watson, that messed up the market.
But I don't think, if I'm Lamar, right, I hold up to get as much as I can. If I can get 200 guaranteed, right? If I can get, a 195 guaranteed, if I can stretch as far as I can get, because I don't think nobody's going to give you a fully guaranteed deal.
his stance should, like, I know
he's going to stay in his stance,
which
he
definitely
should.
Say, how is Deshaun Watson, who hasn't played in a couple years,
who has way more off the field issues, doesn't have an MVP,
exactly. He hasn't done much as much as I have.
And I've been in a way tougher division.
So
all I do is win.
That's Lamar's stance, right? He has all those things, MVP, the stats, the numbers, he has all that, right? I just think that they have to give it to him. They have to. Because the NFL is about quarterbacks. The NFL is about quarterbacks. Without one, you can't win. So if you want to let him go, be my guest. But the Ravens are going to be irrelevant.
Well, we're going to have to see. And thanks for joining us on another episode of Homestand NFL. See you guys next time.